So this is where we were climbing originally. That's where she... Oh yeah, you're right. She's walking all around over there. Huh. What if we go down? Nope.
Can you climb that rock, maybe?
Whoa. Which rock?
That little rock there with this... At this
one?
speed, yeah. I guess not.
Nope.
No. Oh.
It's over here. Looks like we can go further down, but I don't know if there's anything down there. This is ground level. We haven't been this low yet. Nah. It's a dead end. What about over here?
Woo!
Fudge. Oh, come on. He's so close to being able to make it up there. So he just climbed. He's very close.
Yes, he is.
Whoa, shit. Oh, God. He broke all his legs. If he made it up there, I think he's just going to go where we were anyway, though.
Yeah.
The staircase here. What the? Stop that. Stop your foolishness. Yeah, well, this is what he would be climbing right there. Which, yeah, we're already up there, see?
Maybe we have to get the piece and it'll, like, move parts of it.
Yeah, I'm not thinking we can... I don't think we can go over there yet.
Yeah.
For whatever it is. Leave Eagle Vision on for a second, see if that helps us at all. Man, he definitely can't get up there. What the? We're stuck for a second. It almost looks like this door should open right here.
Yeah, maybe that'll open. Maybe it's not even climbing at all, it's just gotta open a door.
Yeah, definitely. I think if that door opened, we could get over to her. Oops. There she is. I think that's the next console over there.
Yep. It might be.
Looks like it. It looks like it's another place to input the cube. But the door's not open. Alright, I guess we'll go back to Connor for a while. Until they send us back here. And then we'll come back maybe and see if the door opens. Oh shit. That was a big jump. Whoa, I want to fall down there. There may be another door somewhere that'll open and lead to that area, you know?
Yeah, you want to talk to the others?
Yeah, we didn't talk to them yet. We probably should. See what they have to say.
Sean and Daddy.
Here's Daddy. Daddy dearest.
Son, I owe you an apology. I shouldn't have lashed out like that. You have to understand, I've never been very good at this. Never mind that we live rather extraordinary lives.
Yeah, I kind of liked my ordinary one.
You can't escape who you are, Desmond.
So I've noticed.
Look, it's silly.
I want to see their faces, goddammit.
I admit, I did a shitty job raising you.
Yes,
I
you did.
apologize. I'm sorry. But it's important you understand it didn't come from a bad place. You're my son. I love you. I guess I was so busy trying to make sure nothing bad happened, I didn't consider the consequences. Truce.
Truce.
I can't believe it's taken me so long to ask, but how's Mom? She's not...
No. Your mother is fine. We decided it was safer if we split up for this job.
Always assuming the worst.
For good reason.
Can I at least say hi to her?
No.
I'm sorry, it's too risky.
Fuck you.
Maybe when we're done.
What are you,
Right.
a mama's boy?
When we're done.
Alright.
Wait, isn't that the same voice actor that did Nathan Drake?
Yeah, it's Nolan North.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's annoying because whenever I hear a voice actor that's really popular for one game and another, I always assume the other one.
Yeah, it was weird. There was like this 1 year span where Nolan North did like Assassin's Creed, Uncharted, and like another game. And so like any game you played, you had to hear Nolan North.
Desmond, there you are. Can I ask a favour?
Maybe.
When this is all over, I'd like to try turning the dial back on the Animus. Like, all the way back. To the time of the first civilization.
You think it would work?
There was no real loss of fidelity when you visited Altair. Then again, that was about 1,000 years ago, and I'm looking at going back at least 70,000 more.
Damn.
Sure, I'd be up for it. Be interesting to see what things were like back then.
Excellent. I think it would prove most enlightening. So this is how it started.
What are you up to?
Just brushing up on my American history. Well, if I say history, they certainly teach you strange things in the States.
Like what?
Well, for all the talk of this being a revolutionary war, it was a civil one. Well, not that kind of civil. I mean, there was no America versus Britain. It was Brit on Brit action. And you can clearly see how the whole thing got started. One war gave birth to the other.
You mean the 7 Years' War?
Exactly. Seems the Crown overspent in its attempt to keep the French out, wound up with a great deal of debt. Believing that the colonists should help to shoulder the burden, new taxes were created. It was a reasonable request, even if Parliament was rather, well, undiplomatic about it.
Well, it's not really fair to tax people for a war they didn't want any part of.
What? Didn't want any part of? Did you not notice George Washington with Edward Braddock? He was right there in the middle of it.
It's true.
So here you have the Crown spending who knows how much money to secure a place for the colonists to thrive, and then, when they ask for a little bit of help... Right, look, think of it this way. King George and the colonists, they all go out to dinner, right? And when the bill comes, George asks for them to kick in and pay their share. Fair enough. But keep in mind, he's been taking them out to dinner, gratis, for decades now. But the colonists, oh no, they insist they only had a glass of water and a side salad. They'll not the table full of half-eaten food and empty bottles of wine. Now, when the king points this out, what do the colonists do? Oh, they flip the table over and they storm out of the restaurant. Probably intending to return later and burn it down.
What the
You
hell?
left out the part where the king pointed a gun at the colonists and asked them to cover dinner for everyone in the restaurant.
Right, yeah, interesting take. If he pulled out a gun, and I'm not sure he did, it would only have been after the 100th failed attempt at getting them to pay their fair share.
But how do you define someone's fair share?
Oh, well, with a war, apparently.
Huh. That was interesting. That was like a history of how the Revolutionary War started. But of course, the other thing that Sean is forgetting is that the people didn't ask to come to the colonies.
Yeah.
The king was like, "You're going. You know, you're gonna go settle over there." People were like, "Fuck, okay, I guess we're going."
Yeah.
It would be like if the king forced you to go out to dinner and then asked you to pay for it. It's like, well,
Yeah.
I didn't agree to come to dinner.
I
love
wonder how
that
many
they use
other
dinner
places
as an
like this
example.
exist.
There are dozens of them, all over the world.
And somehow no one's ever found one before us.
I don't think that's true.
Oh?
When I was at Abstergo, Vidic talked about silencing discoveries made by non-Templars. And I'm sure Abstergo has dug up plenty.
The things they must know.
Regretting throwing in with us?
No. Just looking forward to when we can finally trounce those bastards and dive into their archives. Oh, I think I found a lead on another power source.
Ah,
Later, Desmond, I'm in the middle of something very important right now.
okay.
Yeah, that's a rule. Just follow that as a rule.
see if they have anything else to say before we continue.
Have we ever tried to make peace with the Templars?
Throughout our history, there have been moments.
Wasn't even synced.
Several, in fact. But it's impossible. There are existential differences, insurmountable. If there were to be unity, it wouldn't be a truce so much as a submission.
But knowing what's about to happen, wouldn't it make sense to try and talk to Vidic? Come to an arrangement, even if it's only temporary?
We'd all be so busy watching our backs, nothing would get accomplished. Imagine that. We're more productive at war.
Well, have we ever tried sending in someone? Doing to them what they did to us with Lucy? Or Cross?
We have, and it's never worked. We've sent people who were either too weak and found themselves turned, or too strong and were unable to carry out the charade.
I just feel like we all want the same thing.
We use the same words, but that's all they are, words. In the end, it all comes down to freedom. We seek it, they detest it. And so there's never an end to the fight. Not until one side is completely gone.
Aha.
Is that even possible?
Probably not. Our two groups have existed in one form or another since forever. But things can be better than they are. And that's something.
Damn, there's a lot of dialogue, optional dialogue.
Did you look for me, Dad?
Oh my god, there's more.
Oh,
When I was
shit.
gone?
Every day.
Come on.
I mean it. Every night I'd look, searching for your name or variations of it, hoping you'd slip up. Abstergo only found you first because they had better access. A few more days and it would have been me.
Well, I'm here now.
And I'm glad.
Alright, that might be the last one.
Do you think Lucy
Whoa!
recorded what she was doing?
God.
I used to think I knew her well, but clearly that wasn't the case. So I really can't give you an honest answer.
She seemed so sincere, though. Like she really wanted to make a difference.
Yes, well, when I first met him, I thought the same thing about Cross.
It just keeps happening over and over again.
What does?
Everything.
Don't get weird on me, Desmond.
No, it's fine. I'm fine. Don't worry.
All right, then. You should think about getting back in the Animus. We've got to find that key.
Alright, so that's probably his last dialogue. Damn, that was a lot. Everyone had a lot to say. It's interesting.
Yeah, get in the Animus. I'm sick of this.